What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 95 of Deadman's Deliveries. Now here you have the Unrivaled Series 1 Young Bucks and the Elite Series 68 Daniel Bryan. Now both of these figures are fairly old. This Daniel Bryan you're looking at, wow, like 6-7 years ago, maybe, well probably more like 5-6 years ago. These Young Bucks are probably about 4 or 5 years, and since then I've barely used them because they cannot really stand. These figures are pretty horrendous to try and stand up. I hate them. So this figure, nothing wrong with this figure. I mean, there is a bit of wear and tear, but that's from actually using it, because it's a good figure, it's a nice attire and all that stuff. But today I do have some upgrades on these because I need new Young Bucks for the PIC-FED, because there's no way I am filming a match with those two. So I went on eBay, ironically, and got two Amazon exclusive Young Bucks figures. So here they are. This is from the 2-pack, and I think you would agree this is a, we'll get rid of Daniel Bryan for now, this is a much improved figure. Obviously they've had quite a few sets of figures. They had the Unrivaled Series 3, I think they just had like a new orangey one in the Unmatched series. They've had ROH from the Vault stuff and all of that. They've had quite a few Young Bucks put out. Obviously they're very popular talents in AEW, but I think this is a far much better set of Young Bucks than the originals. There's nothing particularly wrong with them. I mean, they can stand, and they're those white figures that somehow stain. Does anyone get that when they just, the white figures just stain? Like when, just like in general, I'm always cleaning my white figures for some reason. Like my white attires, maybe, mainly, I mean, you know, like my Jey Uso just gets a little bit like dirty and stuff like that. But enough about them, because I don't really like them. I don't really like the Young Bucks much, to be honest. I don't know which one is which. I don't know who's Matt. I would say he's Matt and he's Nick. I don't love this head scan either. I think this head scan's fine. I think this head scan is a bit odd, but we'll get into them. They're basically the same figure. They're the same height. They're the same body. The only difference is they are sort of swapped. The sides are swapped, as you can see on like the tassels and the green and the pink. So you got, I'm gonna call him Nick. I'm not 100% sure, but you got Nick. So we'll get into Young Bucks killing the business AEW. Obviously that's a buck. You got the really nice t-shirts. You got the pink, the green, the yellow. Very bright colors. Obviously these are very like fancy looking figures. You know, you've got all the tassels and all of that. Fortunately this one is broken, so I had to double-sided tape that on, because otherwise it just doesn't stay up, and like this part flapped down. So yeah, I just don't really love the Young Bucks figures. They're sort of terrible. These feet they have sorted out. I think they are sort of like the same feet, but they do actually stand all right, which is a definite improvement. So yeah, same shirt there, so nothing to write home about on that one. But here are the two figures. You do have some staining in the shoulders. I might do an episode of Deadman's workshop to try and figure that out, and like find out a fix for it, because I know you can get the staining out, but I feel like it's quite a long-winded process, which is why I haven't done it on any of my AEW figures. And also I've not really bought many AEW figures. Like this is my first couple since like September, August maybe, when I got the Supreme CM Punk, and that was only really because he was in WWE. Like I don't really watch AEW, unfortunately. I don't watch loads of WWE, so I watch even less of AEW. We'll get into Nick first. So you got the green tassels with the black sort of cheetah zebra prints going around it, and then you have the same on this side in the pink, just like sort of the stripe design going up that side, and then on the green side you have a bit more of that sort of like cheetah print design with a pink Young Bucks for a little bit of what do you call it, like contrast. And then sort of just flips on this one, so you got like sort of tail ends, book ends. So you got green in the middle, pink and on the outside, or you've got pink in the middle, green on the outside. So yeah, here is the Matt Jackson. I think this is Matt Jackson. So yeah, as I said, the pink has the zebra and the cheetah print in there, as does the green tasseled boot, and then the green side is just the sort of zebra print and then the pink is a sort of zebra cheetah print with the green Young Bucks logo. So I do really like these two figures. They're nice, they move quite well, there's a ton of articulation in there. They can kick forward, they can kick back fairly well, they can kick to the side pretty high. Obviously they need to, because they do super kicks quite a bit. Super kick party. So yeah, really nice improvement, I would say. I don't know if I'll sell the Unrivaled Series 1 figures, or if anyone would be interested in them. I'd probably sell them quite cheap, or I'll just keep them for like use in the PIC-FED. But then again, I don't really want to use them because they're just sort of terrible to use. Yeah, this is my favourite Daniel Bryan. It's not my most recent one. I did get the Elite 78, 79, whatever series that was, but wasn't impressed with it. It was like the new Daniel Bryan head scan, which wasn't fantastic. The interchangeable one didn't fit the peg at all, which was a bit naff. I guess they were sort of still figuring out interchangeable heads to some degree, and I just couldn't get a good head scan to work on it. So I never got like the True FX Mattel head scan, which is unfortunate because it is actually quite good. The Elite 73 has it as well, but there's no double jointed arms, so I probably won't bother getting that anymore, because, you know, double jointed arms is sort of the norm, and obviously he's been in AEW, so I've got the AEW figure. This is the unmatched Series 5, I believe. Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, and it is really nice. I've had this out of the box. I did open it up. I still have the plastic like shell, whatever you want to call it, what the figure actually comes in, but you can't really save the boxes, so I'm just throwing that away. Really nice figure. I've posed this around a ton and I really like it. You can get a nice pose on the Bazaiku knee, the label lock, or the S-lock, whatever you want to call it. You get a nice straight-faced head scan, which I think is really important, because originally I thought it only came with this head scan, which is a good head scan. I do like the shouting, screaming Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, but obviously most of the time you do want this straight-faced one. Let's get into the figure. So you get a pair of mic holding hands and a pair of fist hands, you know, very standard. AEW don't do a ton of interchangeable hands though. There was none with the Young Bucks figures, but I only paid like £37 for them because they were loose, and on Amazon it's like £60, or like in box it's £60, or maybe on eBay, I don't know. But yeah, really nice Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. So you got the black bottoms to the kick pads, and the sort of reddish, it's like a deep red. It's not like a bright red, it's like a flatter sort of, not burgundy, but it's sort of that, I keep saying sort of, it's that kind of tone, if you get what I mean. It's a bit flatter, but it's very nice. You got that flat red with the white design, or the sort of white kick pad trims, and then you have the silver and black design on through the middle of the kick pad. That is obviously a dragon, because he is the American Dragon. Then you have the knee pads. They're obviously quite different because they are Jazzwares knee pads instead of Mattel knee pads, but you do have the open backs, which are very nice, with the same silver and black designs going around the straps. And then you have the black and white trim on them as well, with the red following through. The red follows through the middle of the trunks with more designs in that silver and black coming up sort of the edges of it there. I don't know if that's where the torso's rubbing. See that? That's where the torso sort of rubbing in that midsection, which is annoying, because I think it's also rubbing on there, but you know, not a big deal. They do seem to sort of rub more, because you can see that mark in the thigh as well. But yeah, you have the silver and the black designs coming up there with the white surround, and then they follow around the back as well with the, I don't know if they're flames, I think they're flames for like the dragon obviously. But yeah, really nice, quite a big torso. Like Mattel, he always just had like the skinny torso. You know, this was sort of like the Daniel Bryan torso, which you get with like him, you get with some early Finn Balor's, which really didn't fit him. But this, I think this build sort of fits him a lot better, and sort of does him more justice, if anything. But yeah, fantastic figure. I really like this. I was going to get the grey one with the Moxley, but then that was when I needed like a Moxley, so I got an Ultimate Edition Moxley, which I'm now selling on Vinted if you're interested. It is really good. But yeah, Bazai Kuni to the other Daniel Bryan. I will put this other shirt on him quickly to show you, but that is sort of the end of the video. If you're interested, you can check out the rest of the Deadman's Deliveries playlist. I'll probably leave it in the top right at the eye, quite early in the video. I will have also left the channel link for you to subscribe to if you're interested. If you want to see more content on the channel, then subscribe and turn your post notifications on so you're updated for my uploads of Deadman's Deliveries, or perhaps figure flipping, or the PIC-FED, Let's Talk Wrestling, pay-per-view predictions and reactions. Money in the Bank might be coming soon, depending on when I upload this, because I've got quite a lot of episodes to get out. And yeah, here's a little look at Daniel Bryan in the shirt. It's a bit tight, and I do have Daniel Bryan shirts, Bryan Danielson shirts that would fit this attire better and the colour. But yeah, as I said, that's about it for today. If you like the video, if you like the video, like the video. If you enjoy the video, please do leave a like, smash the subscribe button, the thumbs up button, the notification bell, and just lightly tap on the comments, because you're going to need to tap a little bit more to put in any of your video suggestions that you do have, and I'll try and get to them ASAP. I do have a lot of video ideas that I want to get out, so it might take a little while, but I will definitely try and get to them. That's all for me today, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Yes, 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 yeah.